Brandon, yesterday Coach Allen was mentioning that in that first scrimmage that the offense kind of got the upper hand of the defense. I want to get your perspective on what you were seeing out there, and if you tend to agree with that, or what was going on from your perspective.
Yeah, we had come out that Friday and had one heck of a day, and I think those guys just kind of relaxed, and Coach Sheridan got those guys pumped up, and they were working on all cylinders, and we got back on our heels early, and just kind of really wasn't our day. And then we back, a couple of sessions, a couple blocks later in practice, we did a lot better job in competing, but definitely weren't at our best. And they came out yesterday and did a lot better job. But ultimately, to get to where we want to get to, we got to have a more consistent day in and day out approach. And we talked about it, and hopefully these guys understand that time is of the essence. It's more than just talk. You got to put in the work right now when everybody's tired. Everybody in the country's tired right now, and I think this is when your team is made. And hopefully those guys understand that, and we don't have a lull here this Saturday when we scrimmage again.
Hey, Brandon, what's it like just for you as a quarterback coach to have just so much of your core coming back, basically to have three guys in Jalen and Reese and Taiwan that had the kind of experience they had, and just be able to build off of that.
Well, really excited for those guys. Those guys have played a lot of football. They know me very well. They know the expectations, and to this point, they've done a great job in meeting those expectations. And so, to have a room that understands football, understands where I'm coming from, understands what we're trying to attack, it allows us to do some other things that maybe we couldn't do in the past. So we're excited for that veteran group. Those guys kind of hold each other accountable, and we're looking forward to big things with them.
Yeah, Coach, Taiwan is starting to kind of fill out a little bit as he's getting older and maturing. I'm just curious how that's playing in terms of his coverage skills and his ability to play man-to-man.
Well, I think he's just getting stronger at the top of routes and being able to throw his body in there and tackle. Here in the Big Ten, you're gonna tackle effective backs and good backs, and so his ability to get bigger. Coach Wilman did a great job with him this summer. He and his staff of getting some mass on him, and then also too making sure that he doesn't slow down. And his change of direction hadn't been hampered. So I'm really excited about what he's done this summer, and hopefully those things and those pounds that he put on this summer will pay dividends here in the fall. So we're going to need it, and he has a lot on his plate, but I know he can do it.
Hey, Coach, I got two questions for you. My first question is, I know last season we saw a lot of exotic blitzes from you guys, like a lot of cornerback blitzes. Should we expect the same? And then my second question is about the depth. I know this is your 11th season at Indiana. Do you feel like this is the most depth you've had out there? Because I know that's going to play a big role this season.
Well, to answer the first question, our defensive package is pretty much stayed, the same with a lot of the certain calls. And we want to be competitive. We want to go out there and compete. And we have the guys that will go out there and make plays. And so we want to definitely utilize those guys. Since I've been here, this is probably one of the deepest rooms I've ever had with the talent, and guys who can give somebody a rest, who can do great on special teams, and hopefully, their body just doesn't get worn out toward the end of the season when the weather changes and stuff like that. So very, very excited about our depth, very, very excited about the things we're doing on the field. Now we just got to execute and get on the same page and get this thing going.
Yeah, Coach, just kind of playing off of that depth. I mean, how valuable is it to have guys like Jalen and Reese opposite or wherever they are, as opposed to Taiwan? He's obviously the guy that gets the most attention at headlines, but teams can't necessarily take that for granted with those other guys. And also, how exotic does it allow you to be with Taiwan with those guys still back there protecting?
Well, like I said, that those guys allowing having Jalen and Reese to jump in the game, and the athletic ability doesn't fall off, and the things that they can do in press man and zone and all the things in the blitzing and all the things we do. That's really exciting, because a lot of times too, when somebody needs a break and you take somebody out, there's sometimes a drop off from the ones, the twos, and the threes, and so therefore with those guys, you feel pretty comfortable in the game in a crunch situation. If somebody got tired or cramps or nicked up, that somebody could come in and there won't be a drop off. When it comes to just the package, you can do a lot of different things. Right now, we're just trying to get the basics and the fundamentals and get those things locked in and get the communication correct. But you really are excited, on Sunday afternoon and Monday when you put in a certain game plan for a certain team, knowing that you have those three guys who can blitz, who can cover, and they bring great excitement to the game. So they're definitely excited about the future, and we're going to take a day at a time and see what we can do.
Dustin, we'll wrap up with Tom.
I want to ask about Raheem Lane. Obviously, when he moved over to safety, I imagine you had to be involved in that discussion and kind of letting him go. What made him a good fit for that? Basically, what did you see from him when he was a corner that made that a good fit, and how have you seen him progress with it from your angle since he's been over on that side?
Well, he was always a big corner. He was a guy that who was fast enough to run with receivers, was tough enough to tackle, and I thought ultimately as he got bigger and as he filled out, his natural position was a safety because ultimately he's a great communicator. He really understands the game. He gets people lined up. And sometimes you got to slow him down, but he flies around. He can tackle. He's physical in the game. He can play sideline to sideline. So ultimately, I think he's in his natural position. And really, as a corner, he was just helping me out too. I got some more cats back there, and so I think that. He just feels he feels a lot more comfortable. You get a little bit more time and watch the game as it unfolds instead of just a corner being right smack in your face right now. I think he's done a great job adjusting to it, and Coach Jones has done a great job of coaching him up. I mean, getting him in right position. I think this senior year is going to be really, really special for him.
Go ahead, Tom.
Brandon, you've got a new defensive coordinator this year in Charles Ward and such. How has this first week and change been in regards to communication among everybody and everything rolling out with the new DC on board there?
Well, the good thing about him, he has a military background, so you got to understand the mission. He's gonna explain it to you in a way that the guys can understand it, and he's not gonna get in his feelings. He's gonna tell you how it is. He's gonna listen to what you have to say, and he's gonna make the decision, and we rock and roll from there. And so you respect that, and I think he has the guys' attention, and he's been successful everywhere he's been, and so I don't expect anything else from him.